wasn't a place for that. So why even come up to me, like, you feel me?
Yeah.
And he wasn't even, like, in the right state of mind anyway. So.
He owes a bunch of gambling debts. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, what do you call it, the basketball game. This is Floyd in Dubai. Yeah,
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. A lot of people don't know what Floyd, everything that Floyd said right there, the Chrome Heart bed, the Maybach, the Lloyd, that was all in my post.
In a saga that has roiled both the sports and financial worlds, the allegation that Floyd Mayweather Jr. was embroiled in a phantom $42 million real estate deal has collided head-on with his fractious relationship with former protege Gervonta Tank Davis. Business records failed to confirm Mayweather's bold announcement of purchasing 62 rental buildings in Manhattan, sparking fraud rumors that his V8 Properties firm never consummated the deal.
So we got more boxing news allegations that Floyd Money Mayweather has gone broke. Now, personally, I don't believe it, but you got Tank making posts. You got other people from Saudi Arabia making posts. So y'all let me know in the comments if y'all really believe this or if they just making these stories up.
Floyd Mayweather is super rich, that he's super balling, and that he's rich beyond belief and all of this stuff, but you guys can't believe the hype, yo. I just got tipped off by one of my homies in Saudi. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I have a very good relationship with a lot of the princes in Saudi are my homies. You know, I've known them for over 15 years. Listen, man, Floyd Mayweather owes a lot of people in the Middle East a lot of money.
That controversy resurfaced in April 2025 when analysts pointed out missing property transfers, fueling speculation that Mayweather exaggerated or even fabricated the investment. Against this backdrop, Davis, once under Mayweather's wing, has publicly snitched, reigniting their long-standing beef with claims that Mayweather was stuck in Dubai last year over unpaid debts, effectively exposing a hidden web of financial liabilities that have left fans and business partners alike stunned. In February 2025, Mayweather announced via Instagram that his real estate entity had closed a $42 million deal to acquire a portfolio of 62 rent-regulated apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. The purchase, he claimed, represented a strategic pivot from flashy expenditures to legacy building investments, a narrative aimed at quelling long-standing stereotypes about athletes squandering their fortunes. Yet, within weeks, city property records, typically updated swiftly upon sale, showed no change in ownership for any of the buildings in question. The NYC Housing Partnership, a nonprofit that partners on many of these rent-regulated sites, confirmed it had received no sale notice. Industry experts pointed out that if such a transaction had truly closed, dozens of public filings and regulatory notifications would be on record. Instead, an anonymous source implicated by the real deal and Business Insider suggested Mayweather may have purchased only a minority stake with options to expand later, a far cry from the outright acquisition. He touted even Mayweather's own associates summoned to defend the deal on conference calls provided inconsistent accounts. One representative's voice did not match previous recordings of Mayweather's business partner James McNair, deepening the mystery. As the discrepancy between Mayweather's announcement and public records became apparent, commentators began labeling the episode a potential fraud, questioning whether it was a miscommunication, marketing stunt, or outright deception. Financial watchdogs and real estate analysts called for an audit, noting that even a misunderstanding of this magnitude could undermine confidence in celebrity-driven investments. Black Enterprise likewise highlighted the lack of corroborating evidence, underscoring that the purported $42 million deal might not be completely accurate. Gervonta Davis first emerged as Mayweather's star protege in 2015, training under Mayweather Promotions and benefiting from the retired champion's guidance. Their relationship, however, soured after Davis departed the promotional stable in late 2022, seeking new management under Al Heyman. Though mutual respect remained publicly professed, Mayweather often extolled Davis's talents. Their alliance fractured into a bitter feud by 2023.
Going at me. He was going at me. Yeah. And I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I feel like y'all got, I would say love, hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the deal.
He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
In April 2024, Davis took to social media to allege that Mayweather was stuck in Dubai over unpaid debts, claiming he'd been stuck there for a minute too, because he'd been taking his money and not doing what they paid him to do. Coverage by Essentially Sports described Mayweather's trip, initially reported as a leisurely vacation, as abruptly extended, hinting at complications beyond mere visa issues. Give Me Sport reported that Davis insinuated Mayweather was being held hostage by local authorities tied to financial obligations unrelated to boxing. Mayweather, for his part, mocked the rumors by posting images of himself enjoying Dubai nightlife, but offered no direct rebuttal to the debt claims. With the $42 million fraud scandal dominating headlines, Davis pounced publicly, connecting Mayweather's alleged scam to the debt that purportedly snared him in Dubai. On X, Davis lauded the Business Insider expose and asked rhetorically whether Mayweather's empire was built on smoke and mirrors, fueling fresh speculation about his finances. He went on to snitch on his former mentor and cast him as a financial charlatan. Davis's claims found resonance with several insiders and commentators. Rick Glazer, a prominent boxing agent, tweeted that sources in Dubai confirmed Mayweather was definitely being held by the government court system there, as he owes a substantial amount of money, lending credence to Davis's assertions. Boxing News reported that Davis warned fighters to beware of Mayweather's business acumen, labeling him a fraud and urging peers to conduct rigorous due diligence before entering into deals under the Money Mayweather banner. Talk Sport chronicled the public spat, noting that fans and media alike were taken aback by the allegations, given Mayweather's long-held reputation for financial savvy and his status as the highest-paid athlete in history. These voices show a growing chorus doubting whether Mayweather's post-retirement ventures have been as prosperous as marketed. The gulf between his cultivated image of immaculate wealth and these exposed liabilities has never seemed wider.
He owes a bunch of gambling debts. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, the basketball game. This is Floyd in Dubai. Yeah.
Collision of a potentially fraudulent high-value real estate claim with insider revelations of hidden debt provides a cautionary tale about the vulnerabilities inherent in celebritized business ventures. Investors often rely on star power and curated images to justify hefty capital commitments. But when those images crack, the fallout can be severe should the $42 million claim prove fictitious or inflated. And if Mayweather's debt costs are as deep as alleged, investors in his ventures may face substantial losses. Real estate partners could see property values questioned, and lenders may demand full transparency or even withdraw financing lines. This scenario could trigger a domino effect, forcing the collapse of allied projects and making it more difficult for other celebrities to raise capital under their personal brands. Regulators are already scrutinizing the disparity between Mayweather's announcements and public records. Lawmakers and watchdog agencies might respond with stiffer disclosure requirements for celebrity-endorsed deals, mandating third-party audits, and more rigorous filing protocols. Financial commentators are suggesting that new rules could require any individual announcing a multi-million-dollar acquisition to file verifiable proof with securities or real estate authorities within a set time frame. Gervonta Davis's decision to spotlight Floyd Mayweather's financial tribulations, linking the high-profile fraud allegations to tales of unpaid debts in Dubai, has reignited a feud that transcends personal rancor. It has laid bare fundamental questions about accountability, transparency, and the intoxicating allure of celebrity wealth as regulatory bodies weigh potential investigations and investors reassess their exposure. Mayweather's legacy as both a pugilist and a businessman hangs in the balance.
Because there's a lot of people out here that think just because people are flashing money means that they have money. It's so backwards. You just don't understand how backwards Okay? Because when you earn it, you, like I said, you don't want nobody to know you got it. But here's the thing. If Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there? If Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there?
For Davis, the Public Snitch Act may serve as both vindication and a warning no amount of fame can shield one from the consequences of financial misrepresentation. And for the broader industry, this episode could herald an era of heightened scrutiny where the glitter of stardom is matched by the rigor of real-world audits, and where the truth behind the headlines is no longer optional. However, Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather are once again locked in a bitter and escalating feud. The situation intensified recently when Davis threatened to physically confront his former mentor, declaring he intended to knock Mayweather out the next time they met. This argument is the result of Davis's annoyance, particularly in light of a previous jail sentence he received for a hit-and-run event in 2020. The relationship between Davis and Mayweather has been rocky despite their professional connection. Davis spent a major part of his career fighting under Mayweather Promotions. Tensions began to surface as early as 2017 when Davis rose to world champion status. By late 2022, following his fight with Rolly Romero, he cut ties with Mayweather Promotions, choosing to forge his own path under the guidance of Al Heyman. The breakup seemed to be friendly at first, but tensions returned before Davis's April 2023 matchup with Ryan Garcia. Davis accused Mayweather of blocking his access to the Mayweather Gym, a key facility for his training camps, although the two appeared to reconcile with Mayweather attending Davis's win over Garcia. Tensions have flared up once again. Recently, Mayweather criticized today's fighters for being too focused on fame and materialism, a remark Davis took as a subtle jab at him. In response, Davis lashed out on social media, accusing Mayweather of shady financial dealings and branding him a hater. This public argument is a reflection of a long-running animosity between Mayweather and Davis, which has shown up as a string of combative internet interactions.
Lessons and things like that, you know what I mean? He ain't never shy away from me, you know what I mean, ever since, we ever linked up, so.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the reasons why I'm like that with people that come behind me. I like to
Show
try,
love,
show love type shit.
While Tank made the allegations of Floyd being stuck in Dubai, Floyd surprised everyone by cruising around Dubai, not on a lavish yacht, as one might expect, but aboard a modest little boat. Naturally, he struts around the boat, a diamond and gold chain gleaming from his chest, catching the light and dazzling everyone in sight. That's the Mayweather we all recognize. For instance, during a 2018 shopping spree, he splurged a staggering $5.3 million on a 30-carat pear-shaped VVS diamond ring, a 4.5-carat bracelet, a 2-pound gold necklace, and 3 watches. As reported by TMZ, just a few years earlier in 2015, he dropped $10 million on a 50-carat diamond ring and a lavish 74-diamond necklace. According to Rolling Stone, when Mayweather indulges in luxury, it's not just millions spent on dazzling jewelry, it's also hundreds of thousands on handbags. In 2016, he posted a video on Instagram showcasing his purchase of 5 Hermes bags for a whopping $400,000. Fast forward to 2019, and he flaunted the world's largest Chanel bag, a hula hoop style design valued at around $2,400. Floyd Mayweather has always had a taste for high-stakes bets, particularly in sports like boxing, where he often places wagers on himself. His passion for gambling extends beyond the ring, reaching into the NBA, NFL, and other sporting events. Over the years, he has racked up millions in winnings. Notably, in 2014, he earned a staggering $4.7 million in just a month through NFL bets, while in May 2015, he pocketed over $1 million from a mix of NBA and boxing wagers, as reported by tabloids. Despite these victories, however, his gambling losses have been even more substantial, with reports claiming he lost around $50 million in 2017 alone, according to Maxim. However, certain reports reveal that Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. Last summer, Matchroom boxing chief Eddie Hearn sparked a lot of buzz when he claimed that pound-for-pound legend Floyd Mayweather was still participating in exhibition bouts because his wealth wasn't as substantial as he often portrayed how.
How about Mayweather?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Not the biggest
I think that Mayweather was unquestionably one of the best ever. But I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say he's not a true fighter because he fought everybody he could of his era. But he was a different kind of skill set, you know. He was very much hit and don't get hit, which is the art of boxing. I think sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
for money?
But
I don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
I think he still needs the money.
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years.
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's spending,
It's a lot of expense.
Given that he calls himself money, those remarks were bound to rub Floyd the wrong way. So when Mayweather learned that Hearn was in Las Vegas visiting a local boxing gym, a face-to-face confrontation between the two became all but certain when it comes to discussing finances in modern-day boxing. Hearn, who leads one of the largest promotional companies globally, is certainly qualified. However, Mayweather wasn't having any of the suggestion that his wealth had been overstated. A video of their encounter has recently surfaced, and it revealed an unexpectedly cordial exchange. Floyd even confessed, "I like Eddie," before elaborating on how he had learned about Hearn's remarks regarding his financial situation. Hearn has frequently spoken out about Mayweather's financial situation, even though they don't share an official working relationship in the sport. The 45-year-old promoter has not only raised questions about some of Floyd's reported earnings, but also expressed skepticism about how much of his wealth remains, considering the Americans' lavish spending habits. The British matchmaker isn't alone in raising these questions leading up to his highly anticipated August 2017 mega fight with Mayweather. UFC sensation Conor McGregor frequently suggested that Floyd might be struggling with his taxes since securing that victory and retiring with an undefeated 50 record. Mayweather has reportedly earned millions by facing high-profile opponents. In his conversation with Hearn, Floyd reaffirmed that his participation in these exhibition matches is driven by his personal choice, not financial necessity. Only Floyd and his inner circle can say for certain whether he's earning the millions he claims from his exhibition fights. Meanwhile, Mayweather's upcoming exhibition match remains unconfirmed. In December, rumors circulated suggesting the Las Vegas native might face off against former Manchester United and England defender Rio Ferdinand later this year. However, those reports were quickly debunked. Still, considering Mayweather's history of opponents, it's clear that almost anything could happen provided the price is right. However, former boxer Amir Khan expresses sadness over the news that Floyd Mayweather may be facing bankruptcy. He suggests that Mayweather may struggle to maintain his lavish American lifestyle in Dubai, potentially leading him to return to the ring for a few more fights. Khan also shares that Donald Trump turned down an invitation to his bout with Canelo and reveals he nearly signed with Dana White and Turki Al-Sheikh's new boxing league, which he believes will dramatically impact the sport. He said, "It is sad, but look, karma's fun. The thing is, look how arrogant he was. He's flaunting money. You can't throw money and show money like that to people because out there's a lot of poverty around the world. And if he's flaunting and throwing money at strip clubs, when we flaunt money, we spend it on buying investments. He's flaunting money and being filthy rich. So he's trying to put everyone else down." Floyd Mayweather, according to Conor McGregor, violated a verbal agreement on a rematch 7 years ago today. McGregor made his professional boxing debut against the legendary Mayweather, ultimately losing by stoppage in the 10th round. Despite the defeat, the Irishman earned £100 million from the fight, which became the second most watched bout in history, trailing only Mayweather's victory over Manny Pacquiao. And McGregor claims he should have had the chance to avenge his defeat in MMA. That was the original McGregor said of his fight with Mayweather during an interview on Fox Sports.